Let's talk a little bit about time and playing rhythms with the right hand. The two chords that we're going to use today are E minor and A minor. E minor, A minor. And notice the common finger between the two. Common finger, common note. An E minor chord has its root on the 6th string. An A minor chord has its root or naming note on the 5th string. So now let's change between these two chords. The first way we'll make these changes is just simply with a downstroke of the right hand, thereby giving us quarters or quarter notes. If we are in 4/4 time, which is what we're thinking of today, this would be 4 attacks per measure. It would sound like this. 4 attacks per measure, 1 measure of 4/4 time. A measure in this case being 4 beats in 4/4 time. And then let's do another measure of A minor, 4 beats of A minor. Just doing straight downstrokes, quarter notes. Now let's put those two chords together in 2 measures of 4/4, E minor, 4 beats, A minor, 4 beats, back and forth. Pick a tempo that's comfortable. So you can hear E minor, 4 beats, A minor, 4 beats. Technically, we're still observing this idea of the common finger, as well as root note, E for the E chord, E minor chord, A for the A minor chord. All right. Now let's do something a little more interesting with the root. We're going to continue to count 1, 2, 3, 4, except in this case, we're going to do root, strum, root, strum. Root, strum, root, strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Being 1 full measure. Root gets 1 beat. Strum gets 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice that my pick is falling to the adjacent string, and then I attack the rest of the strings. Don't re-attack the root. In other words, don't do this, playing the root twice. Play the root only once. It adds to the independence of that part. In other words, you're starting to build what amounts to a simple bass part. Same for the A minor chord, root, strum, root, strum. Let me play that and count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear that. You can hear the independent root and the strum above the root. Pick a tempo that's comfortable. Don't try to necessarily play along at this tempo. You can do this at a very relaxed, concentrating on getting the root nice and clean, and then keeping that common finger down in the left hand. Right? So this technique is called root strum. First you attack the root or naming note of the chord, and then you strum the rest of the notes in the chord. You don't repeat the bass note in the strum part of that pattern. Now, if you want to lengthen this progression, just simply double up the number of measures. So let me do that for you now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another measure, 2, 3, 4. And now to A minor, 3, 4. Measure 4, 3, 4. So now we've got a 4-measure phrase. 4. Second measure, 3, 4. Third measure, fourth measure. E minor for 2 measures. A minor for 2 measures. Right, so that makes a 4-measure phrase because we've got 2 measures of E minor and 2 measures of A minor. And don't forget, you can still do just attack the chord without the root strum idea as well, right? So we could go from E minor. And then changing to the A minor. And still trying to attack that chord from its root note. All right. Now, and let me just talk about the right hand just a little bit. The attack should have a nice percussive feel. Let me eliminate the chords from the attack. There it is. That has a percussive attack. This attack is not percussive. And so in order for rhythm to sound like rhythm, it needs to have a percussive quality like that, right? So how do you do that? You'll notice that I'm not actually stamping my wrist like this. I'm rolling my forearm. So try that out. Just roll the forearm in a little bit of a quick roll and try to get this percussive attack. What that will create is a sound that begins to sound rhythmic and interesting. You don't even need to necessarily change the chords. You can just stay on the same chord. And just work on your attack. A nice, clean, balanced attack. So that's changing from E minor to A minor, downstrokes, quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, in measures of 4/4 time, and also separating those measures of 4/4 time into root strums. Root, strum, 1, 2, 3, 4.